Hello, Cowboy Nation and Cowboy Headquarters, and here we are, where we on the 12th day of January 2021. Hoping everybody's staying safe and practicing social distancing and washing your hands. Wash your hands, whatever you do. Wash your hands and dry them off good. And don't just use regular soap, use germicidal soap. I'm just outside. Y'all know what to do. We already know. We've been in this thing for a whole year now, so we all know what to do. So, I'm sure everybody heard the latest news, which now we got a defensive coordinator, Dan Quinn. And some of you guys might know who Dan Quinn is, and some of you guys might not know who Dan Quinn is. So, if you want to know who Dan Quinn is, that's what we're going to talk about today. Who was Dan Quinn? Dan Quinn was hired to succeed Mike Nolan's departure from the Dallas Cowboys. Dan Quinn was actually the head coach with the Atlanta Falcons last, matter of fact, this year. And he's been there for some time. I think since 2017, something like that. Probably, yeah, earlier. But so Dan Quinn is the coach of was the coach of Atlanta Falcons, which he was released of his duties after going 0-5 this season. This is the team that we played. Remember when they did the onside kick to us and they didn't jump on the ball and we jumped on the ball. We actually won the game. Well, that's the team. That was the team. He was the head coach of that team. So yeah, he was released after 0-5 start this season, but come to find out, Dan Quinn has been in the league in the NFL for 20 seasons, so he's been around a while. He was, matter of fact, he was a major part of. I don't know if you guys remember this, but Seattle Seahawks back in 2014, was it 2014, 2013 and 14? They had created this defense which was called the Legion of Boom. I think I talked about this on the last video. So he had a lot of input on putting this defense together, okay? With Richard Sherman. I was trying to think these other guys. Um, I cannot think of those linebackers. And every time I get off, I'm not thinking about it, the names come up. But they had a well put together defense. Now, these guys ran a 4-3 defense, something that we as a team, we have the personnel for a 4-3 defense. So I'm sure Dan Quinn is probably going to go back to the 4-3 personnel, which will cater to our personnel. Um, so Dan Quinn has been hired to fix the Dallas Cowboys defense. So, um, what that's going to look like, I'm not sure. But I did look up some things that we can talk about. Three things that was listed by this reliable source. Basically talks about three items on Dan Quinn's defensive to-do list. And number one on here was, where was it? Finding a stabilizing force at defensive tackle. And this is really a must. What we fail to realize is your defensive tackle is basically should be a force in order to plug the middle. Your nose tackle is one that should draw a double team. Your defensive tackle should be able to beat the uh, one on ones with whoever he's matched up with. So what they're doing is talking about stabilizing the force at defensive tackle. So we need a big body that's when that ball is snapped, when he comes off that line of scrimmage, he's able to draw a double team, not a one on one. You need a guy 300 some 310, 15 pound uh, uh, nose tackle that's built like a bull, that once that ball is snapped, he's going to always have to have help. Well, the opponent is always going to have help to block this guy. And what this does is when you draw this double team, it keeps from the opponent having one of their players to release downfield to pick up a linebacker. Okay, so basically one is finding a stabilizing force at defensive tackle. So that's going to be probably one of his priorities. Two, find a safety to pair with Donovan Wilson. which we had some safeties here. Haha Clinton Dix. I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened on that, but we released him. We also have Reggie Robinson, which we didn't play, so we don't know what that's going to look like. We could get a safety, a free agent safety that could come in here. We had Earl Thomas. We had Earl Thomas, and it was another safety we was talking about that we let get away. But Earl Thomas was one that we just refused to bring in here. So I don't know who this defensive back coach is, but evidently he runs things his way, and he's a one-track minded individual. We had Brandon Carr. We didn't use him as well. So number 2 is finding a safety to pair with Donovan Wilson, which we know Donovan Wilson is going to be around a while. So that will be on his to-do list to find a safety to go with Donovan Wilson, which I call him. I call him drive-by. He remind me of James Washington that we had. What the same number 37. But this guy will come down to heel and bang you real good. Number 3, decide the future of Jalen Smith. Now, y'all know how I feel about Jalen Smith. I ain't going to lie to you. Y'all know how I feel about Jalen Smith. But let me say this. If Dan Quinn plans on going back to the 4-3 defense, this puts Jalen Smith back at a position where he can be successful. Okay, I've always mentioned about Jalen Smith and Van Der Esch doing the 2 linebackers doing the job of 3 linebackers. It just didn't work with this Mike Nolan scheme or schematic. So going back to the 4-3, I think Jalen Smith would be more comfortable. Probably as I would probably depends on who we bring in to help out a linebacker. I'm sure that Sean Lee probably won't be back. Joe Thomas, I don't know if we're going to keep him. But we're definitely going to have to find somebody that can play. So he could find himself at the strong side or the weak side. We don't know. But by him being back in the 4-3 set, I think he'll be okay. So, again, let's give it some time. I wouldn't trade Jalen Smith. I wouldn't get rid of him, because he has too much talent. He needs to be put in a scheme where he can be effective. So, but those are the 3 things that was mentioned by a reliable source, that 3 things that should be on Dan Quinn's list. So, yes, so now here we are. We do have a defensive coordinator, and I'm sure that there's going to be other interviews with other defensive coaches to probably help out with his defensive staff. Not sure if he's going to keep the same individuals that's there. They might end up getting rid of all of them. Personally, I would. I don't know. I'm on the outside looking in. But usually when a defensive coordinator comes in, he pretty much has his own staff that he wants to bring with him, which that's understandable. So we will see how this will work with Dan Quinn. So we want to welcome Dan Quinn. I really can't tell you what to expect. We won't know anything until things jump off, So, and again, no signing or no news about Dak Prescott yet. Hopefully we get this thing done before Josh Allen gets his deal done, because they're already talking about signing Josh Allen with the quarterback from Buffalo Bills. So what that does now, if Josh Allen gets signed, now that raises the ceiling even higher. That means Dak is going to be asking for more money. So when the ceiling's higher, the floor becomes higher. So now where the floor was once here, the ceiling goes up, the floor goes up. So here's Dak. So Dak is now shooting for more money due to the fact of what Josh Allen signs for. So Jerry Jones, if you're watching this video, man, I say again, you need to go ahead and get this deal done. So anyway, guys, thank everybody for being a part of this channel. Again, like I say, I'm going to bring you the latest update, the breaking news and things like that, which you all probably already knew about Dan Quinn being hired as our defensive coordinator. But I just want to give you a little information about Dan Quinn. So you guys continue to stay tuned. Once again, hit the like button if you can. Hit the notification button so you'll be notified when the videos will be posted. So again, you guys stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your night. Deuces.